Hey everybody, we are doing some drawing and lettering and doing some banners and some painting, all kinds of fun stuff with you this afternoon. I'm going to break this down into four steps, okay? So we're going to do our drawing and we'll show you how to draw the banner. I'll show you how to draw the palms. That'll be one step. Then I'll teach you how to letter, will be the second step. Then we'll ink it, will be the third with our Sharpie, and then we will add color for that fourth step. All right, so here we go. I'm going to kind of move this out of the way, and we are going to start doing things kind of one step at a time. So first up, we're going to do the banner. So I'm going to do kind of a curve. Okay, so it's a slight curve, and then I'm not coming straight down. It's kind of at an angle, and then another curve, slight curve. Okay, so that's going to be that first step. Then we're kind of going to make an S. All right, that's the easiest way to think about it, is an S. So I'm going to start right here, and it's like I'm starting with the S, and then I kind of come off and then back. You see how that kind of looks like an S? Okay, that's the easiest way. And then over here, it's going to kind of be a backwards S. So it'll kind of start here. All right, so you get your curved lines on, you connect them, and then do this. So now we're going to start, if you look from top to bottom, we're going to start right here in the middle and just do a line out. Kind of mimics this line, parallel with this one. Same thing for here. You look from top to bottom, here's the middle. We're going to come out with it so that it's about parallel with that. Hey, Judy from Oklahoma. Glad that y'all are joining us and sharing. Hey, y'all. All right, next up, we're going to kind of just do our kind of our less than and greater than signs kind of right in here and then here to connect those. And there, you've almost got the banner. The only other thing that you're going to do is a line. So if this is kind of at an angle, we're going to do this line kind of at an angle too. And this is kind of an angle, so we'll do this kind of at an angle. Do you see that? We're looking at this angle and this angle. They're kind of parallel-ish, okay? All right, so there you've got the banner. All right, so not too hard, not too hard. All right, so next up, we're gonna do the palms. Now, I have done them two different ways, all right? So let me show you right here. I drew some with the actual shape on them and some with just lines. I did that just to have a different kind of a push and pull of design so they wouldn't all look the same. So I'm going to start by just doing the lines of kind of the placement, the middle lines, okay? So just the placement. I'm going to do this kind of light, so I'm going to kind of come out here, maybe a little one here, okay? It looks weird now, I know. We're just doing the placement. Here, maybe a shorter one, bigger, there, okay? We are just doing the placement. Don't judge yourself too much on this. Okay, I'm a little nervous. My battery says 20%. Okay, now we are going to, on some of these, we're gonna actually draw the shape of the palm leaves, okay? So they're just gonna be like this. So I'm gonna start doing it kind of fast, but it's basically just shape. It's these little ovally shapes, and they're going up at an angle. They're not coming straight out. They're up at an angle. And I'm going to do that with several of these. Whoops, that's a little bit. Not everyone though, but several of them. The same shape. It's just shape, okay? And I'm putting them on both sides. Okay, now for the ones that we did not draw that shape, we are going to do little straight lines, okay? So those are going to, it's still going to be in this same kind of format, but it's going to go a little bit differently. So, and what I mean by format is, you see how those are kind of like going up like this? It's going to be like that. So you're going to do some lines that are coming up, and then it'll come out at the top, and then this way too. Now, you want to kind of get that on there so that you know which direction that your lines are going, but you don't want to do a ton of this pencil line because you just want the color and the marker to be there. You do a little bit of this so that you know where to put your marker at, but you don't want it to get too pencil-y right here so that when you paint over it, the graphite smears or something. Okay, so I've done several of those. If you feel like after you've done this, if you feel like you need to add a few more in, you can. So, but then another little filler are these little bitty circles. To me, they almost represent almost like a baby breath or something. So we're just doing those little bitty circles whenever you feel like you need a little bit of filler, okay? Or you could do more, if you need to do more branches, you can do that too. And these don't have to be connected to anything, okay? It's just kind of here. All right, so we've basically got our drawing done. So you see, it's really not too hard when you take it one line at a time. And now we are going to move into the lettering. All right, we are going to do this one stroke at a time. Inside the Lettering Club, we break this down really slow. We do all the fonts, then we talk about connecting things, the letters together, and then we talk about thickening the downstroke. So I'm just going to go slow on this particular thing. And when you think about lettering, like drawing, it becomes a lot easier, okay? So like you can draw that line right there. And then that little shape, okay? When you put them together, it makes an H, but really it's just two little shapes. All right, next up, O. Now here, it's gonna be a little different. I sometimes teach this different, but I'm coming up and over, just like a regular S. I don't always do my S's like that, but I did here. Shape and a line. Line and a curve, line and a curve, shape, and here we go. All right, you see, it was just one line at a time. When you break it down like that, it is not too bad at all. All right, so now we are gonna go with the Sharpie, all right? So here we go. We're gonna just very lightly just kind of go over it. All right, and so basically now all I'm going to do is kind of trace all of the different, the greenery in the back, okay? So everything that's in the background, I will just kind of lightly trace it. What I'm not gonna do is be really like harsh and forceful. So I'm not gonna, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's say I had an outline. I'm not gonna outline it like this. That is gonna look too cartoony. So I'm gonna be just kind of light, just a little bit light. All right, just a little bit light. All right, so here we go. So you see how I'm using the pencil just kind of as just a guideline, and then I'm adding this Sharpie on top, but it's not a perfect outline. It's just a little bit of something, something. Okay, now I've done those. So now it's time to do all the other little lines. You do not have to be as, you don't have to do a bazillion little lines because you're gonna add the color. So let's go back inside here. So you see how you have the green, but then we do the color too. So you do not have to, it does not have to be every little line that you draw. So you can just kind of, So I'm not even really doing every single one, but the fact that they were there beforehand kind of shows me where I am placing things, and so it helps me to know what I'm doing. Let me show you another no-no that you don't want to do if you are doing something like this. So you don't want to, if you've got this, you know, we're going up at an angle. You don't want to go out this way, okay? That's when things look like they got just kind of bent backwards. So anytime you're doing kind of palm branchy type stuff like that, you are gonna go and do it backwards. I mean, not backwards, you're gonna go up at an angle so it doesn't look like it's pushed backwards. All right, so we're almost done with this, and then we will get to our lettering and then our color. So here I'm just gonna go over my little circles, my little baby breath type things. All right, and I think that's gonna be good for here. So now we are going over the lettering. So to begin with, you are just going to do it just plain Jane, just trace over it. Okay, then you can come back. Now you could leave it just like that, or you can thicken that downstroke. So here we are going to thicken the downstroke. So this is coming up, here we're coming down. S's are a little bit harder. And again, you do not have to thicken the downstroke if you don't want to. And this is something that we go over in the boot camp. If you're in our lettering page, we have a lettering page, and we just, somebody else was asking about this, and so we found an old video and just kind of put it up there on the lettering page too about these downstrokes. So there you've got it all. And now it's time for color. All right, so this is really pretty easy. I'm gonna take it's Crayola Super Tip. It's washable, so any of the washable pens will work. And I'm just going to do a little bit of color right in here. And so I'm gonna jump around. So I'm gonna do this on all the ones where we did the complete shape. I'm gonna do a little bit of this color. And on the other ones, I'm gonna do a slightly different shade of green just for variety. Okay, and then we will go to the dark green. And here we go. So I'm just kind of the same strokes that we did with the Sharpie, we're gonna be doing with this. Okay, and then we will go ahead and, let me see. Yeah, this will be enough of that. And then for here, we're gonna do gray, but I'm gonna do all my green first and then come back to my gray. So here with my small brush, I'm going to kind of get this. I'm gonna go with my light greens first, and so really it's just adding the water on. I probably should have erased those pencil lines. Too late now. But if you're watching the replay on this, or if you're not doing this in real time, I would suggest that you probably erase pencil lines before you start doing this. Okay, and all I'm really doing is loosening up the color. That's it, just loosening the color up, just so you know you have green up here. Because before, when it was just the black Sharpie, it almost didn't look full enough. And then you add on your marker, and then it's starting to look fuller. But then once you add this water, and you can really kind of spread the green out, then it looks kind of more like a full arrangement type thing. Okay, and so if you have some green on your brush, and in some of these bottom places, if it looks too white, you can just kind of just a little bit do this, and it's kind of just fills things in and gives it that full illusion. So we are close to being done. And next up, you are going to get your gray. You are gonna outline kind of the edges. We don't wanna do too much here, but I'm gonna outline these edges just a bit. And again, this is a washable marker on watercolor paper. And then right here in the curves, we can kind of add a little bit more of the gray, because that's gonna be a little bit darker. And then we're gonna take the small brush. I'm gonna go ahead and do the kind of the curve first. And then I will loosen it up. So see how I'm just gonna kind of loosen this up and pull it across just a bit, but it's not gonna overpower my lettering. So if you were to accidentally use black or something, it might overpower things. So don't do that. You don't wanna use black. I'd rather you just kind of get some watercolor or something, paint a little bit of gray on this instead of using black if you don't have a gray washable. Like even right there, some of that green's coming in, but I'm just gonna kind of spread it out. It'll be okay. And this is pretty much it, y'all. So it did not take long, maybe 20 minutes, not even 20 whole minutes. And that was to draw and to ink and to letter and to add some color. So we hope by showing you these fun things for kids and adults that you see that it really doesn't take long to get creative, and it does so much good for you just to sit down with some supplies and create. We were created to create, and it is good for your soul. So create. If you do this, we would love to see what you create, and we will see y'all soon. All right, see ya.